Hello and welcome. Great to have your company on Kalkine TV. I'm Holly and you're watching The Buzzing Trends. Today's topic is hot stocks for Christmas. Well, it might be a little bit early, but we are gearing up for the long run. Despite early hiccups due to the pandemic, most of the stocks have bounced back with strong financial recovery and stock performance. As Christmas season is around the corner, there are some stocks that investors might want to consider. We've filtered some of the ASX hot picks for Christmas that gained over 40% in the last 1 month. In today's show, we'll be looking at Blue Star Helium, Medibio, Matrix, Composites and Engineering, and Wildcat Resources. So let's kick it off. Well, ASX-listed Blue Star Helium is a Perth-headquartered independent helium exploration and production company with projects in North America. The company's strategy is to find and develop new supplies of low-cost, high-grade helium, and it has a helium prospect generation program focusing on Utah, Colorado, Arizona, and New Mexico, where helium has been previously produced. This program has identified 30 prospects and leads in the initial focus area, and according to Blue Star's Helium Financial Year 21 half-yearly report, the revenue including other income stood at $1,085 for the half year ending 30th of June. The group's losses before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization stood at just over $964,000. To look at its recent projects, it's completed the public review process for its Form 2A Oil and Gas Development Plan application for the Enterprise 16-1 exploration well in Las Animas County, Colorado. Most importantly, though, no active positions were filed against the application at the process deadline of September 27. The process now moves to the hearing stage where Blue Star's application has been listed to be heard by the Colorado Oil and Gas Conservation Commission on the 27th of October. Blue Star expects the final permit to drill the Enterprise 16-1 exploration well will be received during the December quarter of 2021. And the next company to have a look at is Medibio. The $19 million market cap company announced a latest loss of $1.5 million on the 30th of June for its most recent financial year result. They expect the company to post a financial loss in 2022 before turning a profit of $100K in the following year. Medibio currently has no debt on its balance sheet, which is quite unusual for a cash-burning healthcare tech company, which typically has high debt relative to its equity. According to Medibio's Financial Year 21 preliminary annual report, revenues from the ordinary activities went up by 35.7% to $1.27 million. The net tangible assets per ordinary security came in at 10 Australian cents. And the mental health tech company this year announced the official launch of its new mobile app to help measure, monitor and manage stress called Luca. The first of its kind biometric assessment tool measures sleep stress, activity stress and cardiac stress, which will allow consumers to monitor their daily stress levels through their own personal wearable device and receive science-based learning modules to help manage their stress levels. On to the next stock, and Matrix Composites and Engineering is an ASX-listed manufacturer and supplier of specialized engineering products and services to the global gas and oil exploration sector that uses syntactic foam and thermoplastic technologies. According to their financial year full-year results, the company's revenue declined from $27.4 million in the financial year 2020 to $17 million in financial year 21. The group's underlying EBITDA stood at $4.4 million and the operating cash flow came in at $3.9 million. This company is moving on to the investor radar with strong gains in October on no news. On the 20th of September, Matrix Composites and Engineering announced a $4.2 million contract to upgrade drilling riser buoyancy for Transocean, a global offshore drilling contractor headquartered in the US. Shares of the company have now almost doubled since the start of September. Well, the next and last news to have a look at is Wildcat Resources. The hot stocks for Christmas, but Wildcat Resources is an ASX-listed mineral exploration firm with a market worth of $17.59 million. According to Wildcat's financial year 21 annual report, the loss for financial year 21 after providing income tax came in at just over $924,000. The group's cash and cash equivalents stood at $3 million, down 79% from the previous year. As Wildcat Resources has wrapped a reverse circulation drilling program at the Red Panda LCT Pegmamite prospect in WA's Eastern Goldfields. The company drilled 7 holes for 512 meters at the Wildplay joint venture project to assess the geometry and zoning of mineralization. CEO Samuel Ekins said the preliminary observations suggested the prospect hosts lithium, cesium, tantalum dikes. The company will start planning additional fieldwork immediately and looks to be back on site to define more prospective targets in the coming weeks. Wildcat Resources now awaits assays from the samples, which are now at the lab. One hole in particular returned a significant intercept of 39 meters of pegmatite from a 13-meter depth. Samples from the prospect have been submitted to the laboratory for analysis. Once assays are received, Wildcat Resources will review results for indicators and economic minerals. The company will also carry out further geological mapping and other fieldwork at the project, including geophysical and geochemical exploration to define new prospects. Well, with that, it's about time to wrap up today's show, but I hope you found it interesting. Check out those stocks for Christmas coming up, and stay tuned for more news and updates on Kalkine TV Live. This is Holly Shields for Kalkine Media.